Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hope you guys are having a good day, and above all else, that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a new album review to do for you. It is the latest release from Swedish progressive rock band Beardfish called Songs for Beating Hearts. I have the digipack right here, a version of the album. There you go. Beautiful colors, beautiful artwork, nice profile rendering. And I'll show you how it opens up, and then I'll get into the specifics of the band and of the album, because to me, this is a brand new band. Again, forgive my stubby little fingers. Now, as you can tell, it opens up very easily, and the CD sits right in the center tray, right there, snug and secure, which is how I've always said these digipacks should be put together. And I'll just show you quickly here. Nice drawing of a beating heart. Sorry, as it closes on me. There we go. Okay, now Beardfish are a new band for me. Bill Schuster mentioned that he was looking forward to their new release. Now, I will give you the specifics on the album. Songs for Beating Hearts is the band's follow-up release to their 2015 album, 4626 Comfort Zone, again released on their long time label, Inside Out Music. The band formed in Sweden in 2001. They have 9 albums to date, the ninth album being Songs for Beating Hearts. They disbanded in 2016 after the release of 4626 Comfort Zone, sorry, and they reunited in 2023 to start recording this new album. Now, in the band, it's a four-piece band. In the band, you have, as I go through my notes here, and I hope I don't screw these names up. You have Rickard Flo Blum on lead vocals, guitars, and keyboards. You have David Sacrison on guitars and backing vocals. You have Magnus Ostgren on drums and percussion. And you have Robert Hansen on bass and backing vocals. Now, all of the band members that are in the band right now basically have been in the band long term from 2001 till present. Okay. Now, Songs for Beating Hearts clocks in at 57 minutes, so just under an hour. Not very long um, in terms of in terms of an album playing time. The standard edition has 6 tracks on the album, and the Digipack, again, which I have here, okay, has an additional seventh track, okay? But I'll get into that in a sec. Now, their musical playing style, there is much akin to Yes and Genesis. Now, their musical influences are Yes and Genesis. And when I listen to the album, I do hear a lot of harking back to progressive rock of the 1970s. The album starts off with the track Ecotone, clocking in at 4 minutes and 31 seconds. And what I like about this track is there's a lot of beautiful, intricate acoustic guitar work. There's a nice use of organ, there's a very much an ethereal female vocal that comes in uh, on the track, and very subtle electric guitar, a nice, beautiful, thick guitar tone on this track and the rest of the album. There are two, I guess you'd say, sweet type of tracks, like epic in length. The first one is called Out in the Open, which is separated in 5 parts. And it starts off with the overture, which clocks in at 2 minutes and 24 seconds, which to me has a nice piano intro, frenetic passages in terms of bass, piano, and drums. with the drums keeping time, good piano runs on it, and you can definitely hear the Rickenbacker bass being used on this track. Has great organ use on this track, and it's very epic in its arrangement. Part two is a piece called Oblivion, clocking in at 5 minutes and 45 seconds. And again, for me, there's a lot of tight musical passages in this track. In my notes, I have your intricate drum pattern with synth passages, heavy bass that comes in, a beautiful bass, really thick, rich tone on the bass, nice organ use, and great guitar. There's a breakdown section where a nice organ passage does come in, and there's a great instrumental section on this piece. Very frenetic use of organ. There's a nice organ solo that's, again, quite frenetic. Intricate time signature changes. And again, fantastic bass on the Oblivion section. Part three is a piece called Hopes and Dreams, clocking in at 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Nice acoustic guitar passages with use of what I hear is mini moog, which is definitely, progressive rock from the 70s. Beautiful acoustic guitar, nice harmonies on this track. Um, nice acoustic guitar chords on this. And at the 4 minute and 1 second mark, the tempo picks up with repetitive synth passages leading into part four, which is Oblivion Reprise, which is another 4 minutes and 23 seconds. And again, you have great organ and bass passages, very melodic, intricate passages, great organ swells on this track, nice thick guitar tone. And at the 4 minute mark, the track seemingly fades out, but then the band comes crashing back in again for the finale, for the coda of the track. And then it segues into part five of the piece, which is called Around the Bend, and it clocks in at 3 minutes and 31 seconds. And in my notes, I hear a great organ, a lot of cymbal crashes. At the 51 second mark, there's a breakdown section with repetitive organ passages, measured drums that come in um, with a swirl of synths. And at 2 minutes and 57 seconds, there's some more cymbal crashes that come in, heavy guitar chords, and heavy organ that come in. Great, just really epic in its scope. Um, it's very grand, very grandiose, very cinematic in its arrangement. That's just track two. Track two, again, out in the open, has five passages to it, five sections. Track three is the track Beating Hearts, which clocks in at a mammoth 11 minutes and 2 seconds. In my notes, I have here beautiful strings that start off the track, and they do use a string quartet on this album. It's beautifully done, beautifully used. Not overly so, but beautifully used on this track and the album. At the 38 second mark, the band come in with a wall of synth and guitar and bass. What I like about their music too is, and I'm going to be investing in their other albums. What I like about this group is, and about the music on this album, there's quite a bit of twinning of guitar leads. Okay, you've got two guitarists that can play lead, and they do a lot of twinning of guitars, so you get a really thick, more full texture tone on the guitars. And what I like to, I've said before, um, the use of light and shade. Light being the lighter, more I guess you say pastoral passages, and the shade being the more heavier rock, heavy guitar sections. So in my notes I have here, after 20 music guitar leads, I got to go by my notes here, guys, because there's a lot to go through. Nice use of light and shade, intricate acoustic guitar, repetitive guitar passage that keeps going through. There's a beautiful string section again that comes in. Great guitar tone on this track. Strings that come in in building textures or building tension. The strings that come in, they sort of overlap on one another in order to sort of build a sense of tension, of growing tension that's going on in the track. At the 5 minute and 11 second mark, the tempo changes to a repetitive guitar passage, uh, almost like staccato chords that come in on the guitar. There's an underlying organ, and again, great guitar tone on this track. The band fades out, and the track ends with strings. Okay, beautiful use of strings on this track and on the album, but again, not overly so. You know what I mean? Um, they're used as more to add more of a color palette to the music that's going on. Okay. Um, Track four is one of the two singles that have been released from the album called In the Autumn, clocking in at 6 minutes and 19 seconds. There is a video for this in the autumn on YouTube that you can watch. And in my notes, I have here nice intertwining of guitar and bass on the intro, mid-tempo pace on the drums, nice guitar passages on this track. At 3 minutes and 34 seconds, the tempo changes. The drums speed up, and what I like about the drumming on this track is the drummer does a lot of not a lot of, but two drum rolls on the snare drum. And at the 4 minutes and 17 second mark, the guitars come in heavy with the drums. At 5 minutes and 19 seconds, the tempo changes again. There's a lot of tempo changes on this track to a mid-tempo pace, and the guitars come in with guitar with say it again. The guitars that come in do a repeat of the beginning passage on the track at the beginning of the track. So there's a lot of repetition of guitar passages and the like. So it's really good. It's really good. Um, Track five is the a track called Echo Tone, which is a reprieve of the beginning track, track one. Uh, Short little reprise, 44 seconds. And what I'm hearing on the track is a brief passage with short, I guess you call it short stabs on the keyboards. Almost like it's almost like a combination of guitars and keyboards doing the piece together. Uh, Track six, which is the final track on the standard edition, is the second single from the album called Torrential Downpour. Now, this track clocks in at 8 minutes and 43 seconds. Quite lengthy. Now, on the video that's on YouTube that you can watch, um, it's the length of the track. It's not an edited version. It's the full length of the track. Again, clocking in at 8 minutes and 43 seconds. Uh, Great guitar chords that start very melodic. There's an underlying percussion that comes in on the track. Very prominent drums. Sorry, very rhythmic. And 3 minutes and 9 seconds, the guitars come in on the breakdown section. Nice twinning again of guitars. The two lead guitars come in beautifully. At 4 minutes and 59 seconds, there's a breakdown section. Um, the track seemingly ends at 6 minutes and 31 seconds. But then at 6 minutes and 35 seconds, 4 seconds later, the track starts up again. And what I like, what I like about this group is in terms of the musical passages and the arrangements, you think that they're finished with a piece, that a track will either come to a dead stop or will fade out. But then a few seconds later, they come again crashing back in, or they'll just repeat the same guitar passage from before and then just do it until the end of the track. Um, and which is what they do with Torrential Downpour. Great track, great track. And the message for Torrential Downpour, the message behind the lyrics is, excuse me, guys. The message is no matter how bad you think that things are, there's always a tomorrow. There will always be uh, another day, another chance to improve on what's going on in your life or get through the hard times. There will always be another way for you, okay? Depending on what you're going through in your life. And, it's a great sentiment to have. And the drums on this are just phenomenal. The drumming on this is just on the whole album is just phenomenal. But for Torrential Downpour, it is great. It is fantastic. Very intricate, very I don't want to say busy, but again, a good mix of straightforward rock and very intricate, again, time signatures on the drums and on the guitars. Just great. And again, the Rickenbacker sound of the bass, or Rickenbacker, I should say, is very prominent. And they do use also Rickenbacker guitars when they play it. Now, the seventh track, which is the bonus track, is called Ecotone North Skin 1982. And it's a bonus track on the Digipack version of the album. And it clocks in at 6 minutes and 14 seconds. And from what I'm getting is basically there's a lot of repetitive synth passages on this track, programmed drums, and it's synth saturated. It almost sounds like the kind of, as the British say, taking the piss out of uh, synth pop of the 1980s. It's again very much almost sounds like a demo version of Ecotone. Okay. But and in terms of the vocals on this album, Ricard's vocals, and I hope I say that name, Ricard Soblom uh, properly. Ricard's vocals on this album very much mid-range in terms of tone, vocal tone, but when he needs to sing aggressive, he does, and it almost has a husky tone to his voice that comes out, but very powerful nonetheless. So, there you have it, guys. I'll show it to you again. Uh, Beardfish, here we have it. Songs for Beating Hearts. Check it out. You can check out the album on YouTube before you get the album. You can get this on Amazon. I got this on Amazon.ca for $23.99. I actually got it the day it came out. Thank you, Amazon Prime. We are dealing with a mail strike here in Canada, so we are not getting any mail. But if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get this in Canada, with no problem. And yeah, I will be definitely checking out more of Beardfish's releases. The only album that has any information on there on them on online is the album The Same Day, which is their second release, which is a double disc, clocking in at something like 111 minutes. So the fact that their second release, which I do believe is their debut release for Inside Out Music, the fact that it's a double CD, it really intrigues me. So I'm going to be checking out that album along with the other albums that have come out. Please, if you know of Beardfish, let me know down in the comments down below what you think of the band. They're brand new to me, as I said at the beginning of this segment. But I will be checking out their albums most definitely. And and hopefully we'll be talking more about Beardfish in the months to come. So that's it for now. Please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got more shows coming up with Bill Schuster, Ken Cheshire, and Jim Bricker, and more ideas cooking. And yeah, we're going to bring them to you as quickly as we can. All right, take care. Have a good day. Please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell again to keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. And we'll see you soon with more videos. Bye for now.